I think we are live. Welcome to Wednesday and your postnatal yoga session. My name is Emma Hill and I'm here with you with Fit Mums and Friends. So I hope you are having a good day. If you're up in East Yorkshire, the sun is out and it is a beautiful day outside. As we have been over the past 6-7 weeks, we are managing ourselves at home, managing our work life, a lot of time at home or going out to work, parenting a lot at home with the schoolwork as well. And I received some really great feedback from last week's session, specifically about having the permission to rest. So we're going to integrate rest into today's practice again. And as I said, every week, if there's anything else you wish to see, wish to do, more movement with baby, more movement for yourself, stronger moves, whatever, please just let me or the Fit Mums team know. So again, today we'll be working on rest, movement, and with the primary focus being our nervous system, so that it can calm and regulate, even if it's just for a short time during the day. I'll often use readings. So this one is from a book called Go In and In by Dana Folds. And I'll be using a reading today called Walk Slowly. So I'm going to invite you to get yourself set up. Ideally, this class is from about 6 weeks postnatal. Main thing really is that you are fit and well, and normally about 12 weeks after a C-section. The movement will be very gentle, but of course any stretching or moving after having a baby, we want to be very mindful of that. So get yourself set up. Now you can stay set up if that feels good for you. I'm just kneeling. I've got a cushion here under my knees and a cushion actually between my heels and my bum to make it more comfortable. You can lie down. So last week we lay down and my sofa is here. I put my legs up on the sofa. So it might feel like ultra luxurious and almost a little bit naughty to do that, but please get yourself set up. Someone said last week that it just felt divine to have a few moments lying down. If you've got your baby with you, you can always place them onto your chest or just have them snuggled next to you or other children. So go ahead, get yourself set up. Once you've laid down or you've got this comfortable seat, feel free to close the eyes. Again, it may feel a little bit like, oh my God, it's the middle of the day, but rest is best. So if you can close the eyes, if not, just have them very gently open, very soft. Just let the tension in the jaw. Sometimes I'll stretch the mouth and do almost like a pretend yawn. And then when you arrive, you may think that you're relaxed. See if you can just tune into the body very briefly. It might be around the buttocks or the feet or the hands. And just notice, is there just a tiny element that you can allow those muscles to soften a little bit? Even if it's the teeny tiniest bit. Maybe you're in your garden and you can enjoy this practice in the sunshine. Notice as you arrive, can you take a long breath out of the mouth? Yoga builds this skill of listening to the body. And I very frequently override this skill. Sometimes just 5 minutes on the mat or in any sort of yoga looking practice can really restore the body and the mind. Feel free if you wish to comment at any time. So we're probably all set up. You've had at least 2 to 3 minutes there just to get yourself set up. I'm going to share this short reading with you. It only takes a reminder to breathe, a moment to be still. And just like that, something in me settles, softens, Make space for imperfection. The harsh voice of judgment drops to a whisper. And I remember again that life isn't a relay race, that we will all cross the finish line, that waking up to life is what we were born for. As many times as I forget, catch myself charging forward without even knowing where I'm going. That many times I can make the choice to stop, to breathe and be, and walk slowly into the mystery. Only takes a reminder to breathe. Staying as you are, either seated or lying, just for about 2 to 3 more breaths. And then if you're lying on the floor, just hugging the knees back into the chest. And maybe give the spine a little rock side to side. And then gradually roll over to one side. And let's all come up to a seat. So if sitting on to the floor doesn't feel comfortable for you, sit up on your sofa or a chair. I just sit with the legs crossed. It's kind of how I've been trained to sit in yoga. However, you can sit however you feel comfortable. You can have the legs stretched out. Really, the main thing is that we're creating a little bit of space in the body. So if we've been a little closed down through the body, through exercise, through feeding the baby, through stress, whatever it is, yoga is here to restore a little bit of space in the body. So that's the main thing. So we did a little bit of shoulder work last week. We're going to repeat a little bit of shoulder work as well. But first of all, we're going to take some stretches. Actually, I'm going to stretch my legs out because they've got a little dead from kneeling in front of the computer. So stretching the legs out. If you've got your baby with you, you're so welcome to have him or her in front of you. Just make sure they're comfortable and they're happy. You can obviously give them a little mini massage over the head and the legs. If your baby isn't there with you, give your own legs a little massage. It's so good for our body to have a little bit of massage. I do this regularly with coconut oil, maybe some lavender or something, and just give the legs a little massage. So if baby isn't there, give your legs, maybe your feet a little massage. If you've got baby out in front of you, before we do our shoulder work, you can give him or her a little massage over the head, down the hands, a little squidge on the fingers, down the belly, and down the legs and onto the feet. So you can always give their feet a little kiss. So let's do that a few more times. You can always ask them as well, if you want to do some yoga. And they'll get to know that massage and touch and movement is involved in this yoga practice. So let's just do that a couple more times, either baby or give yourself that little massage. And if you're giving yourself a little massage, sometimes I take the thumb down the inner part of the calf, just on the inside of that bone. It's a little bit sensitive. So just go slowly there, but that's a really, really great place, especially if you're quite active before you had your baby. Okay, well done. Give them a little tickle and a little hello. All right. So I'm going to leave baby there. You can leave your baby there as well. I'm going to bring one hand to the floor and take the other arm up and over. Now my legs I'm actually working my legs a little bit today. So I've drawn my toes towards me. I'm getting a little sense of pressing the thighs down and towards the floor. And I'm sat up on a cushion to make it a little bit more comfy. You can give baby a little wave, a little hello. And then bring the hand down towards the floor. Let's take that up and over to the other side. So as I stretch towards my left, I really want to press that right hip down. And then I'm up on fingertips of the left hand. And we take our time. It only takes a reminder to breathe. Your reminder might be this 2 p.m. weekly yoga. Let's do one more on each side. Again, if you need to, maybe a little tickle and stretch up and over. You might go a little further this time or a little less. And then let's come back and do that on the other side. And I love to move a little bit. When I first kind of started yoga, I was always told to stay in the poses, but I actually love to move a little bit in these shapes, just to find when my body wishes for that stretch. Good. Come all the way back. All right. Let's take the arms wide. I'm just going to move this out of the way. Going to take the arms wide. Now, if baby's there, we're going to bring them down through prayer and give him or her a little massage on the way down. If baby's not there, you're just going to repeat taking the arms up and then just draw the fingertips along the floor. Let's repeat that. So shoulder work, a little bit of hip opening as well. Reaching up and then down, and you can give baby a little massage all the way down to the toes, and we reach up. So as we keep moving here, we're going to invite in baby blessings. If baby's there, if not, you can bless baby without them there, or you can bless yourself. So let's move the arms, a little massage on baby or yourself. And then as you breathe in, think of one quality or one word you want to bless baby with. And as you exhale, just shower him, her, or them with all of that blessing. It could be love. Let's keep moving. We've got about 4 or 5 more. Reach up. It could be blessing. Thank you for showing me that I can manage, even though you kept me up all night. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Maybe a blessing for yourself. Tell yourself, well done. Bless yourself for being a mama. Inhaling up, exhaling down. You can always give them a little kiss if you can reach, or if they're in their baby kind of high chair or bouncy chair. This is our last one. We're going to stay in the forward fold this time. So remembering you might not fold too far forward, just really looking after the tummy and the pelvis, any sensitivities there. So as you bow forward, we're going to take about 5 rounds of breath. So I've got baby there. So I'm just bringing my hands on towards her tummy, just giving her a little squeeze and her arms. Remember, if baby's not there, you can have your hands on the legs. You can always reach your feet, give your feet a little massage, toes. I'm going to take about 2 more breaths here. You might want to bring one word of that blessing into your mind's eye and just let yourself or let your baby know that you're blessing them with all those qualities that you just invoked and invited. Okay, let's come all the way up. And then I'm just going to move baby out of the way. And bring my legs together. So feet together. Just move her out of the way for a moment. So of course you can have baby there in front of you. Now here we want to make sure that the knees are relatively even, okay? Don't worry if they're too far down, not very far towards the floor. You can have them high up for sure, and you can put a cushion under each one. We're just going to bounce the knees for a moment. So just doing a little bit of work in towards the inner groin. You can give baby a little hug, a little kiss. And then we're going to work firstly a little back bend and then a forward fold. So quite a few forward folds in today to work with that element of rest, the element of reminding us to breathe. Forward folds are much more lunar, calming in nature, and back bends are much more solar, much more heated. So we're just going to do a very small one first of all. You can have the legs stretched out if that feels more comfortable for you. Fingertips behind. A little lift up of the chest. And a little lean back. So again, being very mindful if you've got any thing going on with the stomach, any scarring or anything, any sensitivities, make sure you just stay comfortable. We're just going to take one more breath there. And then we're going to walk the hands past the feet, not very far, and we're just going to take a little forward fold. Now you can kind of hold the head up here and give baby a little kiss, a little love. Sometimes I like to relax the head, to kind of let the head hang a little bit, and then just give it a little movement side to side. Almost like you're just gently shaking off the worries just for a moment. Take one more there. And then come back to center. Well done. Okay, let's move the cushion or pillow out of the way if you've got one. And you can work here with baby. So I often do the poses cat-cow, partly because they are so good for the body and partly because they're really fun to do with baby there as well. They love things like this. So placing baby on the mat. Make sure they're okay. And we're going to kneel. So my knees are on the floor just in case you can't see me. And I've got my hands on the floor as well, just either side of baby. So 2 poses, you may have done these many times before, they might be new to you. They're called cat and cow. Main thing is we want to think that we're moving the spine one way and moving the spine the other way. So you can give baby a little kiss, a little hello. And then we're going to curl the spine up, root down through the shins, look forward past baby or past the end of your mat and let the tailbone lift. Let's repeat. 2 more here, curling up and looking forward. So I go really slow with these. You can go quicker, of course. Curling in and looking forward. Good. So it's not technically postnatal yoga, but babies absolutely love this. We're going to do some tricep dips. So taking the knees back just a tiny bit, hands by baby. And if you haven't got your baby there, you're just going to do some tricep dips. I'm going to think of drawing the belly button in a little bit. So a little hug through the lower abdominals to keep the back safe. And don't worry too much about really strict tricep dip technique, okay? We're going to squeeze the elbows in, bend the elbows, and give baby a little kiss. And we repeat, we're going to do 5 more. Bend the elbows, and press back up. 4 more. Keep the belly button drawn in, lower abdominals engaged, and press back up. I don't get a lot of response from mine. Bend in the elbows and press back up. We've got 2 more here. Remember the shins are pressing, so the body's working a little bit. And press back up. Now on this one, we can hold it for a couple of breaths. So squeeze the elbows, lots of love, lots of kisses, and press up. Well done. Come back to kneeling. If you've got baby with you, you can pick them up and give them a little hug. Just take a little rock side to side. Called Mama meditation. Sat very gently rocking side to side. A great time to almost meditate, really, to have the mind very free, not focusing on anything in particular, really just tune into the breath. Maybe listen to your baby breathing as well. And moments like this, these are often our reminders to breathe, to not rush forward, as the poem says, quite often without even knowing where we're going. I often start my days like that, rushing into my day without a really coherent understanding of where I'm going. And know that that is perfectly okay as well. In fact, my day has been like that today, and there's no judgment. I've just got to let it go. Okay, let's place baby back on towards the mat. So we're going to repeat, I think we did this last week, that little sequence of 3 poses. So there's a little bit of strength work in there. There's a little bit of flexion to work into the hips and also lengthening and working into the spine. So we're going to do plank, dog, and
child's pose. Okay, so you can keep baby there. They quite enjoy these poses. So we're going to come first into downward facing dog. If you don't want to do downward facing dog, you do that cat-cow, the arching and moving of the spine that we did first of all, okay? If you're coming into down dog, tuck the toes under, lift the bum up into the air, and have a little bend of the knees. So we're going to take 2 breaths. Make sure the hands are firm. So if you're slipping, definitely come back onto the knees. Okay, I'm a bit short here, so I'm going to go a bit longer. All right, so we come into plank. So you can always give baby a little hi, a little hello. They're going to think you're mad doing plank poses. And then the knees come down, and we go back into child's pose. So as you stretch back into child's pose, you can always give baby's feet a little kiss, a little tickle, or simply let yourself rest. Okay, we're going to do 4 more full sequences like that. So let's come forward, give them a little hi, tuck the toes. Sometimes they'll get your hair in downward facing dog, so just be mindful of that. Downward facing dog for 2 breaths, and I'll often move the legs a little bit, just not let it be too serious. Okay, then we come forward to plank, so it's quite strong, and then the knees down, and then back to child's pose. Excellent, well done everybody. Okay, we've got 2 more, so now you know the rhythm. Let's come forward, tuck the toes, remember that engagement through the abdominals, and then back to downward facing dog. Now, it's great to let the head and neck relax, but you can look forward a little bit, say hello. It's okay, we're just building strength in the arms and length through the spine, creating that space I talked about earlier. The knees come, knees into plank, sorry, I nearly missed that. And then they touch down and back into child's pose. All right, 1 more. I think we can do 1 more. Sun's out, we can do 1 more. Tucking the toes downward facing dog. A couple of breaths. It might feel a little stronger now. You might want to move a little bit more, shake the head. Maybe a long sigh out of the mouth. Now forward to plank. I'm going to move my hands a little bit, actually a bit short there. Say hi to baby. How are you doing? Knees down. And then we're going to take 3 rounds of breath here in child's pose. So as the hips go back, you carry on folding back. You can bow down to baby. Maybe bless their little feet with one of those words that you considered earlier. Even if they did keep you up all night. I know someone that I know from Fit Mums put a picture on Facebook of her little one in his cot. And I think it was probably for most of the night. So if you're watching now, child's pose, definitely a couple more breaths. And of course, if baby isn't with you, if they're being cared for by someone else right now, or they're asleep, then really let yourself soften into this pose. It can be a real friend, this shape, once we get a little bit accepting of it. Excellent. All right, let's come up to kneeling, and then we're actually going to come up to standing. So I'm just going to check the camera that you can still see me when I stand up. No, okay, so I'm just going to move it a little bit. Okay, that should be fine. Let's see. Works a little differently on Facebook. Okay, great. So I've still got baby down there. She's pretty happy, so you can leave them there. We're gonna do a little bit of work for the hamstrings, the back of the legs, and into the spine. With forward folds, I really would love for you to stay within your own range of movement. So the hormonal body might be a little different right now, postnatally. So we just don't want to stretch too far into anything, especially if you're more mobile in the body. So I often bring the hands into prayer as part of my yoga practice. If that doesn't feel appropriate for you, you can always bring them on towards the heart, okay? And then just take them up. So if you wish to follow me, I'll just do that, and you can join in if you wish, or make your own flow as well. So I've got the hands into prayer,
I'm just going to take about 2 breaths. This pose is often the pose that reminds me to breathe, because there's no other movement here. I'm just simply standing, firm on the feet, grounded in the body. Okay, we're going to take the arms up above the head, reaching up, looking forward. And then I'm going to bring the hands back into prayer, bend the knees and reach the floor. Now, if you've got baby there, you can give them a little tickle, a little hello. And then we're going to root down through the feet. We're going to bring the hands all the way back up. You can look forward or up. And then bring the hands into prayer. We've got that a couple more times. All right, inhale, reaching up. You can separate the hands at the top. And then bend the knees, a slow roll down. Give them a little hug, a little kiss. Maybe even look towards your own knees. Give their feet a little kiss. And then we come all the way up, nice and slow. Okay, on this one, we're gonna roll up. So let's take the fingertips up and then bend the knees and fold over the legs. We're gonna spend 3 rounds of breath here, first of all. So you can give them a little high or just have the hands on towards the floor. And then I often like to keep the feet on the floor, but give the knees a little bend and stretch. A little bend and stretch. No judgment. If they feel uber tight, really stiff. And then from here, let the arms be heavy. Press through the feet and roll slowly up. When you reach the top, you can bring the hands together all the way up and hands into prayer. Okay, we're going to do that one more time, but we're going to stay in our forward fold and come back from there. So the hands reach up. So there's a little engaging through the sides of the waist. We begin to work the inner body. Hands down through prayer, bend the knees and reach towards the floor. Now from here, just taking one leg back, knee down, other leg back, knee down, and then come to kneeling. So you can be kneeling just by yourself, or again, that little mama meditation, just taking hold of baby, giving him or her a little rock. Only takes a reminder to breathe, but sometimes we need a lot of reminders before we start to charge forward without even knowing where we're going. Okay, you can stay here. If this feels good, it actually feels really relaxing. I'm going to place baby down for a moment. Okay, we're going to repeat tabletop. We did this last week. It was quite strong. Okay, we're just going to do 2 rounds of it though. So I'm going to be sat down. And I'm going to bring my hands behind me and my feet on the floor. So again, remember this is quite a big stretch for the front of the body. So if you've had surgery or anything going on, you might just want to stay here or in an upright position, okay? So we don't want to unnecessarily stretch into that area. Feet to the floor, hands to the floor if you are moving. Got to have a little bit of oomph with this one, okay? So I'm pressing down through my feet, lifting the pelvis away from the floor. And then there's a little tiny squeeze of the shoulder blades. Now for the first round, I'm not coming up too high. This is more than enough stretch a lot of the time. There is a little activity around the glutes, so around the buttocks, a little squeeze there. And then we bring the sit bones down and just take a pause. And then give the wrists a little roll. Might be a little sensitive in the wrists. You can do this on fists if you wish as well. And roll the other way. Okay, we're going to do it just once more. Last week we did it 3 times. So hands behind you. Again, you can be on fists if you prefer. Feet on the floor, not too far away. So I find that sometimes it's a much harder version when the legs are like that and you lift up and away from the floor. So you kind of want the feet, so they're going to be underneath the knees when we lift up, about hip distance, a little bit wider apart. And then we press down. Now, if you wish to, I tend to look down the body. You can look up the ceiling. But if you wish to, you could keep pressing. So the arms have got to work, the legs are working, and then we get this little or big stretch in towards, often in towards the quads. So that's the front part of the leg. The glutes are working. You can look up towards the ceiling. It's strong, I know. And then bring the body down. Whew, well done. Okay, finding a cross-leg position. We're going to come back to how we started. So you can be cross-legged or legs stretched out. Fingertips to the floor. Reach one arm up and over. Bring that hand to the floor and reach up and over. And then we repeat. Reach the arm up and over. Now this time keep the arm coming all the way up over towards the opposite knee. Fingertips behind, just a moment in a twist. Good, and then back to center. Take the other arm up and over. Bring that to the knee and into a twist. Just a little one. And back to center. Excellent. That completes our class for today. If you've got extra time, a few extra minutes, again, lie down. Lie on your side and have baby with you. Legs on the sofa. Whatever you can do to give yourself a few more minutes to rest. So I'm just going to come back to the camera. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, it only takes a reminder to breathe, and that might be something that you write down or your weekly practice with me here and with Fit Mums and Friends. I hope you have a great day. I'll be back here next week for postnatal yoga and prenatal on Tuesday. Feel free to comment if you enjoyed it. If you've got any feedback, just let me or Fit Mums know. My name's Emma Heald. All right. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you get some time to rest. Thanks for joining.